It is Monday, the 12th of February. Good morning to you, and yours. February is not waiting on anyone whatsoever. This is THG News Today with Mervyn Henley. It's a brand new week, and we give God thanks and praise for being here, for waking up this morning, for enabling us to see another week and a brand new day. As I like to say, this is the day that the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. It has been a busy weekend. We've had some sad news in a few of the countries, and we've had some great news and celebratory news that we'll share with you this morning. But before we get into all of that, let us take a break and we'll hear from Carl & Sons on St. Martin, voted the best bakery. They make the best sandwiches on the island, and this was voted by thousands across the island. While we are on this commercial break, I ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe. You just heard that? Yes. That means you need to subscribe. If you have not done so already, please subscribe. If you have, thank you so much. So let us hear from Carl & Sons, and then I have some exciting news to share with you. Some of you know it already. And we also have some not so good news or very sad news, devastating news to also share with you. We'll be right back. Carl & Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years, and the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are two locations, Colbay and on the Pondville. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Pondville, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. So folks, guess who tied the knot this weekend? Yes, oh my goodness, all of you are saying the same thing. Yes, over there, yes, Prime Minister Terence Drew, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, he tied the knot on Saturday. Well, it wasn't exactly a secret. We knew. I think we were all just awaiting the first official photo. And there it is on your screen. There it is, the beautiful photo of the newlyweds, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew and his loving wife, Mrs. Prince Drew. She is from St. Vincent. And now the First Lady of the Federation, and a very accomplished one, I might add, from attorney to diplomat to special envoy to the European Union, a serious woman. And here is what the Prime Minister posted on his Facebook page late Saturday. It was with a great heart that I inform you of my marriage to my wife, Mrs. Prince Drew. And I said Mrs. Prince Drew because I was looking on YouTube. I was trying to pronounce her first name. Is it Diana? Diani? I don't know. So I prefer to say, I guess I'm going to get that soon, Mrs. D. Prince Drew. And that's what they call her really, Mrs. D. Prince. So Mrs. D. Prince Drew. The wedding took place in the beautiful CARICOM sister island of Barbados on 10th February in the presence of God, as the ceremony was officiated by Reverend Father David of the Anglican Church. The ceremony was attended by my mother, my son, and my sisters, and the close family members of my wife. I therefore officially introduce you to Mrs. D. Prince Drew. We ask for your prayers and support as we embark on our new life together. Thank you, Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the first couple of St. Kitts and Nevis. And you know, someone drew to my attention, my mind wasn't even on that, but someone drew to my attention yesterday that this is the first time since 1995 that St. Kitts and Nevis has had a prime minister who was married, right? Since 1995. 1995, the last prime minister, that was Sir Kennedy Simmons. And now we have Prime Minister Drew breaking that single bachelor prime ministership or prime minister life, yeah? So again, congratulations once more to the newlyweds. I don't think there'll be a honeymoon just yet because I believe the Prime Minister, if I'm not mistaken, will host his press conference on Tuesday. So we will be in tune to hear the latest on what's happening in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And of course, we'll be back on Wednesday with you after the press conference to report to the good people of St. Kitts and Nevis and all across the Caribbean. Now, that's the good news on St. Kitts. That's the very good news on St. Kitts. Now, over the weekend, there was also bad news. Suspected double homicide under police investigation. And this includes 2 children. The police are investigating an incident that caused the deaths of 2 children in Upper Monkey Hill, St. Peter's on St. Kitts. The incident was reported on February 9th at 6:25 p.m. Responding to the scene at the home of 35-year-old Calaysia Caines, the mother, police found 4-year-old Calaysia Caines, a female, and a 6-month-old Kevon Caines, that's a boy, in the bedroom. Both were unresponsive and subsequently pronounced deceased at the scene. Miss Caines was found alive in another bedroom. The crime scene unit of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force processed the scene and collected some items of evidential value. An investigation into the incident is ongoing, and the general public will be kept abreast of any key developments. Should anyone have any information about this, you're encouraged to contact the nearest police station or the Crime Stoppers Hotline 707. This is sad. This is heartbreaking. 2 children, they're gone. A 4-year-old and a 6-month-old. I cannot find words to even provide such commentary on this. It's just heartbreaking. And if you look at these precious kids, I saw photos of them. What could have caused this? Oh man. There are speculation and there are rumors, but we do not do that here on THG Network and THG News Today. So we'll just await to hear more information this week, I'm sure, from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, because this is just heartbreaking. And if that wasn't heartbreaking enough, let's go to St. Vincent, shall we? Yes, we have to report the news, but I was between 2 minds on whether to report this, because it is just sad. And just to visualize it and what happened, it is just truly heartbreaking, and it brings out a lot of anger. But the St. Vincent Times has reported that a brutal murder of an infant in the community of Rose Hall on Saturday night. Reportedly, the throat of a 1-year-old infant was cut. The child perished instantly. It is not clear what triggered the killing of the child, and the authorities have provided little details, just confirming the occurrence of the killing. A 1-year-old. A 1-year-old, 12 months. A baby. I don't even want a baby. A baby. Probably just got its first tooth. I mean, we have some demonic, evil, heartless, cold, some dangerous people living amongst us. Right there in the islands. Your neighbor, so-called friends, some evil people with some evil minds and hearts. How can one possibly think of slitting the throat of a baby? You need to be killed. You need to be hanged. You need to be stoned to death. We move on with news from the British Virgin Islands. And here is another one. Robbers with some high-powered rifles entered a store there in the BVI. Following Friday's brazen daylight armed robbery of a local jewelry store in the heart of Road Town. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley expressed his grave disappointment with the incident, which he termed to be an act of selfishness. The Premier, like many residents across the territory, was shocked to hear the news of the event, which took place minutes before a scheduled press conference on Friday, according to 284 News. Premier Wheatley noted that crime has been a growing challenge in the territory and an issue that was discussed with the Minister for the United Kingdom Overseas Territories, David Rutley, during his recent visit to the BVI. Here is Premier Wheatley in his statement.
Extremely disappointed, of course, that that such a brazen, criminal act would have taken place. And of course, our thoughts and prayers are also with those persons who was affected by that traumatic experience. And when Minister Rutley was here, we did bring up the issue of crime. Given that this is a responsibility of the governor, you would have heard Governor Bruce say at his swearing in that this is one of his top priorities is security of the country. We know we have a challenge and that we have to address. We know that this is a challenge that can have an impact on our economy, has a challenge that can have an impact on our sense of security as individuals. And we know that we have to ensure that we are able to meet this challenge.
Dr. Wheatley said such acts are inexcusable in the BVI and extremely selfish and are done by individuals who choose not to earn an honest living. And I support this Premier and the Virgin Islands Party government and their independent coalition or whatever that is. But at the end of the day, Premier, and I know that you said that the governor, he's responsible for security. But at the end of the day, we cannot just have a lip service. All that you're saying are good, inexcusable and selfish and all of that. But you also have to protect your citizens. And if it is the governor's responsibility, then you need to hold the governor accountable. And you need to keep the governor's feet to the fire and the UK's feet to the fire, that they do more regarding the crime situation on the island of the Tortola or the BVI, the territory. Because it's just not crime, drugs, and all of that. They have found the BVI to be a nest for all of this. So you guys have to do a better job. Government and UK coming together in curbing this crime situation in the territory of the British Virgin Islands. And finally, in our news this morning, out of St. Lucia, the St. Lucia Jazz Festival. Yes, folks. The St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival Committee delighted to announce the early bird tickets are officially on sale. I know that the St. Lucia Jazz Festival was one of the best festivals at one time in the Caribbean. Now it's back and all of that. April 30th, and it goes down till May 12th or somewhere about there. They're going to have Afrobeats, jazz, rock, soca, gospel, reggae, zouk. And you're looking at folks like Air Supply, Afrobeat Sensations, Joe Boy and DeVito, R&B star Chloe, Marshall Montana, Babyface, Beres Hammond, Haitian Compa Band, John Cicada, Donnie McClurkin, Voice. And you have people like Romaine Virgo, Colleen Davis, rapper TJ from Jamaica. And it goes on and on and on. So if you can Google the St. Lucia Jazz Festival and make your preparations in case it has piqued your curiosity to attend. Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday morning. I know you got to get to work. Please join me again tomorrow morning for a similar presentation. The news, of course, is brought to you the kind of compliments of Carl & Sons on St. Martin. Thank you very much to our proud sponsor. And again, we'll be back tomorrow. God bless you and have a good day.